Steele, right?
It's back. The Ump Show last night was raging. So Vic Carapazza has caught some sticky stuff situations in the past, but social media was freaking out last night when Justin Steele, and this is from Sadev Sharma, star of Northside Territory, tweeted, Steele had a long meeting with the umpires, now walking off the field. They were looking at his glove and perhaps his hands. He's back on the field and about to start warming up, may have been told to get a new glove. Whatever it was, Steele did not look thrilled. People quickly pointed out Vic Carapazza is the same person who booted Edwin Diaz earlier this year from a game for sticky stuff. So the question and the frustration from people is transparency and consistency. Do we feel like that was accomplished with whatever the storyline is behind this? No matter what, there was some type of sticky stuff check and situation going on where a player had to go back somewhere. In the past, this happened from the same ump who kicked someone out. The only kumbaya way that I can try to describe this to people that have asked me is maybe he got a talking to behind the scenes and they were like, stop doing this or don't do this. Tell the guy to go fix it and let him come back out and give him a second chance.
Why does he get a second chance?
I don't know.
That's
that's
the problem I have here. Why do certain guys get a second chance and certain guys don't? Why did he? Listen, this is not a Justin Steele thing. This is whatever. Correct. But why did he get to go wash it off? Why did Max Scherzer go get told to wash it off, have an MLB employee watch him wash his hands, follow him back out to the mound, and then he got popped? Why?
Didn't Clark Schmidt have this last year where he could go?
Yeah, there's been multiple guys that have been able to go wash their hand. Why did Edwin Diaz from the same umpire not just go wash your hand and come right back?
We have 3 layers. 1 is I just check and I kick you out. 2 is I check, I tell you to fix it, and you come back. 3 is I check, I tell you to fix it. The dude says it's okay, and then I still kick you out. What the hell are we doing?
There's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way. Has to be a better way. There has to be something uniform that you can come up with. I don't know. Remember we had Boris on last year, and he's talking about sticky versus tacky versus just tacky. And there's got to be some way. Again, this all goes back to the original argument, though. Give these guys something that is uniform that they can all use. Whether it's on the mound, in the dugout. Major League Baseball has enough money to have a guy sitting there watching a guy, touching a guy in the dugout saying, all right, you're good. Now you can touch this sticky thing and take it out to the mound with you, and that's it. Right? There's got to be a way to do that.
Kratz, help me make it make sense. Because when I saw it live and then I was texting you guys about it, you guys weren't responding quickly enough to me. So then I brought it to Twitter, and I was just like, make it make sense. I don't understand. And fans are losing their mind. Obviously, Mets fans are really losing their mind because they've been hit with Diaz and Scherzer and some others. So then you start to get the conspiracy theories online about, the ump likes the Cubs and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. I just think there's severe miscommunication on how they're handling this situation. And because it doesn't come up every day or every week, it just gets kicked to the curb as problem number 100, and we'll deal with the other ones first. That's how I'm looking at it, right? It's not a big enough problem. But sometimes, even if something only occurs 4 or 5 times in a year, it still has a significant hit on reputation, transparency, and ethics. And that's why we, I think, as a show, pointed out more than most do.
Yeah. So you're saying you're confused that Major League Baseball, who's the least proactive organization, professional sports organization ever, I think the NHL actually reacts sooner or is more proactive on things. Like you expect them to, they know that this is just going to go away. They know it's cut and dry. There's no appeal process. So as soon as it happens, unless you're a Mets fan and you realize you're missing Edwin Diaz for 10 days because he got, the rest of the league doesn't care. So it's not front and center. And they have a history of not having accountability for repercussions that will affect the wild card race. The only way is if one of these decisions affects betting outcomes. And to me, I think it's like Major League Baseball needs a checks and balance because they can easily do it. I feel like they're close. They got Spider Tack out of there. But we can't have nothing. So where's the answer? somewhere in there, but it has to be players making the decision, helping Major League Baseball figure this out. To me, I think it's on the ball. It's the stuff they put on the ball, make a uniform, tacky ball, and you can still do the checks, but not the checks, checks from before they come into the game, back from the dugout, from the bullpen, whatever it is.
But it's either you think there's a problem or there's not. There's not, like, there already is a gray area in terms of who thinks what is significant enough. But then it can't be some umps and some situations are allowed to tell the guy, go fix it, and some aren't. The only part, you nailed it, Kratz, the only part where I strongly disagree is betting outcomes are already affected. Edwin Diaz got booted from a game and then missed 10 games, and you don't even get to replace the dude on the roster, plus you're missing your closer. Like, that's affecting a win-loss total. That's affecting all kinds of outcomes. Yesterday, player gets to stay in a game. That affects all kinds of outcomes. I just don't think it's happening frequent enough that if this happened every week and it becomes a long national news story and it's getting picked up by places that don't usually talk about sports and people are losing their minds, like, I think that's when it starts to hit. It just doesn't happen enough. So they're just like, meh. People forget about it in a month. That's where I think there's a problem.
Okay,
let's get to Rowdy strike. Worst strike ever, right? In terms of metrics, StatCast era, so the last 10-ish years since we could track to this extent. Rowdy Tellez took over in a game, and some people were like, screw it, game's over. Swing the damn bat at Rowdy Tellez's pitches. But
I love this.
What do you love about it?
I just love it, dude. It's 40 miles an hour. What was the score? Like 15 to 6. Like,
what if you were at the plate? Would you be okay with
I'd
the
laugh.
call?
It goes back to the time. Watch. I mean, it's 42 miles an hour. I mean, it was the first strike. He's just sending a message, swing the bat. Okay. I love this. The game's out of hand. Rowdy's probably like, whew, thank goodness I don't have to throw it closer than that because he might hit a comebacker at me. It reminds me of the time Mike Karp was facing David Murphy in a game in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And Murphy struck him out on a knuckleball, lefty knuckleball, Murph. And Mike Karp got ejected from the game. And next year I played with Mike Karp in Boston. And I said, bro, you got kicked out of a game. It was like you guys were winning, whatever the score was. And you got kicked out of a game. He's like, it wasn't a strike. I go, bro, it was like 15-2. You guys are winning. Swing the bat. I'm like, you got kicked out of a game with a position player pitching.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Like, you just have to know where you're at. You have to know where you're at, and you have to understand that when the game gets out of hand, I am totally fine with the umpire going, trust me, I'm catching right there. I'm like, yeah, call them all.
Yeah, of course you are.
Make them swing.
But
if I'm hitting,
yeah,
who cares? It's Patrick Wisdom's like, Rowdy got me on the first strike at 40 miles an hour on a ball. Who cares?
It's whatever.
It's just funny to me, but I just think it's funny. It's even more funny that it's Rowdy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lastly, fine. Laz Diaz. We missed this from the other night, but some people pointed it out, his performance.
I love a great deal, but I'm not going to run sprints in the outfield just to save a few bucks. It has to be easy. No hoops, no BS. With Mint Mobile, it really is that easy to get wireless for $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan. Purchase and activation is super easy too.
To get started, go to mintmobile.com/territory. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/territory. That's mintmobile.com/territory. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/territory.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on their first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
What do you do?
Just add a lot of misses.
Everyone has bad games.
Okay.
Everyone has bad days.
Kratz, that's it.
I like Laz.
I mean, I love Laz. Laz was behind the dish. We had Feigl on, made his debut in Pittsburgh. I made my debut in Pittsburgh. Laz was behind the dish. Laz consistently is one of the worst performers. Balls and strikes. Do we have the chart or do we not have the chart? Maybe we don't have the the graphic, but
I think we have the calls. I think we have the video.
Oh, we don't have.
I can get you the
scorecard.
I can get you the scorecard. I should be able to get
I
it.
saw the scorecard. I saw the scorecard, and this is what I'm talking about. It's all over the place, and I love that Laz just freaks out, and then he goes back and gives him this one, and then it's just he tries his best. I really like Laz. He does a good job back there in a sense of like talking to you, but he could not see every pitch. That's it. Like, he helped me get my first big league hit, and he was just letting that arm eat.
Damn, which game was this in the series? I'm on Trip Gibson in the series.
Listen, Laz ex-Marine. Thank you for your service, Laz. He's had some bad games. He's also an older school umpire that sometimes will allow, he'll move his zone around a little bit, and that's fine too. That's why I'm against the ABS, and I want the human element involved. And
you want the challenge
adjustments.
system, right?
Hmm?
You want the challenge system, though?
The challenge system's fine.
Yeah.
But for every single ball and strike, I'm not for that.
Yeah. He was 93% called ball accuracy and 83% called strike accuracy. The scorecard was bad, but not terrible. I mean, we've seen much worse.
Everyone has a bad. It's hard to see in Seattle, remember? Because the batter's eye is slanted, so that's why no one can hit there. And maybe that's why Laz had a bad game. The batter's eye is sideways.
Even for the fans.
The fans have a hard time seeing foul balls there, too.
There's crispy grasshoppers everywhere.
Man, they have a hard time seeing those foul balls off the bat, too.
I start tripping when I eat those.
Yeah, every time I do a game in Seattle, I'm like, oh, man, I feel awkward because the batter's eye is like 1 degree off.
It's the excuse of life.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.